Welcome. They made movie history. Now, they're nearly unrecognizable. In this video, we revisit legendary film locations and reveal what they look like today. Let's dive in. Please go and check out the original website in the description. Ice Cream Man. Detective Maldwin's ominous stop at 137 Country Club Drive still chills fans. The 1928-built home still stands, looking as sweetly unsuspecting as it did in the cult horror film. The Flintstones, 1994. The live-action Flintstones brought bedrock to Vasquez Rocks. These alien-like formations perfectly suited the prehistoric aesthetic and still draw movie fans today. Sleepwalkers. The cemetery from Sleepwalkers was filmed near Upper Franklin Canyon Reservoir in Beverly Hills. Still remote and eerie, the spot remains a hidden gem nestled in parkland. Friends. Phoebe's big break at Vasquez Rocks is one of the few Friends scenes shot outdoors. The alien-looking formations in Agua Dulce have been featured in dozens of productions. Final Destination 2. Riverview Hospital in British Columbia gave the film its eerie medical backdrop. Still intact today, the now mostly abandoned hospital remains a favorite for horror filmmakers. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Elliot's ride through the hills toward the forest was filmed between Stewarton and Brasilia Drive. Today, the neighborhood is built up, but the scene's curve remains recognizable. Revenge of the Nerds. Cochise Hall at the University of Arizona still stands proudly as the Nerds' dorm. With minor updates, it remains a nostalgic spot for fans of the 1984 campus comedy classic. Cobra Kai. Mr. Miyagi's grave appears at Westview Cemetery in Atlanta. Though fictional, the scene was respectfully staged among real graves, honoring the memory of Pat Morita. Back to the Future Part 2. Strickland's Porch was filmed at 12,511 Bailey Street in Whittier. The 1920 home still stands. Though the steps have moved, Whittier High still looms in the background, unchanged. Donnie Darko. The Darko house on Country Club Drive remains iconic. Surrounded by other famous filming homes, it still looks just as it did when Donnie's haunting story unfolded in 1988 suburbia. Creepshow 2, 1987. Granite Basin Lake in Arizona was used for the tranquil yet eerie scenes in Creepshow 2. Today, the lake remains peaceful, with few changes since the 1987 horror classic filmed there. Frailty. The Meeks' haunting home in Sun Valley still stands at 10,643 Tuxford Street. Much like in the film, its modest exterior hides a disturbing past for fans who remember its dark legacy. Better Call Saul. Gene Cinnabon in Better Call Saul was filmed inside Cottonwood Mall, Albuquerque. Though the Cinnabon closed in 2018, fans still visit the site, now a Crepes and Waffles. Wayne's World, 1992. Wayne's sarcastic quip about flying monkeys was filmed in Van Nuys, Los Angeles. While the sets are gone, many street-level exteriors still match the film's memorable scenes. Jaws. The vandalized billboard scene was shot at Aquina Circle on Martha's Vineyard. Though the board was fake, the Gay Head Lighthouse behind it remains, moved inland in 2015 to avoid erosion. Drive. The pawn shop robbery and drive was filmed at 17,766 Sierra Highway, once Elks Lodge 2,379. the modest 1967 structure still stands. The Crazies, 2010. Finley Funeral Home in Lenox, Iowa, served up suspense and dread in The Crazies. Now Ritchie Funeral Home, the structure retains its eerie stillness on Main Street. Martin, 1978. This cult vampire tale used real Pittsburgh neighborhoods for its eerie realism. The once blighted row houses where Martin stalked his victims have mostly been restored or razed. Gone Girl. Nick Dunn's house in Cape Girardeau still sits at 831 Ranney Avenue. The unassuming home played a key role in unraveling Amy's twisted plan and remains little changed today. Hellraiser 3. Hell on Earth. Joey runs from Cenobites on South Elm Street in Greensboro. While the skyline has grown, much of the downtown's bones still reflect the chaos unleashed in Clive Barker's urban nightmare. The Fog, 1980. The church from The Fog still stands at 25 East Laurel Avenue, Sierra Madre. Built in 1888, it's a registered historic site and also appeared in Return of the Living Dead Part 2. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The pie scene with Vince and Dee was shot in Los Angeles Arts District. Though the show is Philly-based, many exterior shots, like this one, were filmed in sunny California. Young Guns. Lincoln, New Mexico scenes were filmed on First Street in Los Cerrillos. This preserved Old West town still holds its frontier look and charm, echoing the gunslinging action of the film. Prince of Darkness. Professor Birak's classroom in Prince of Darkness is room 163 in the University of Southern California's Zumberge Hall. Built in 1928, the building's Gothic architecture is largely unchanged today. Lord of Illusions. The Magic Castle in Hollywood was featured in Lord of Illusions. Opened in 1963, this private club for magicians remains exclusive, mysterious, and nearly frozen in time. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. The towering toddler wandered through Circus Circus in Las Vegas. The hotel's iconic neon and bold exterior still stand tall today, just as wild and whimsical as in the film. Breaking Bad. On Trail 7089 in New Mexico, Walter and Jesse first cook meth and bury their money. It's remote and harsh, still perfect for concealing crimes in the world of Breaking Bad. Heat. Bob's Big Boy in Burbank served more than burgers. It was a key meeting point in Heat. The classic diner still operates, virtually unchanged since De Niro and Kilmer sat inside. Wild Hogs. The Del Fuegos Biker Bar was built off Bonanza Creek Road just for filming and demolished afterward. Nothing remains but desert dust where chaos once erupted on screen. Just One of the Guys. The Morehouse House in Phoenix still stands at Willetta Street, now used as apartments. Nearly untouched since 1985, it's a preserved slice of this teen comedy's memorable chaos. Hereditary. Charlie's funeral in Hereditary was filmed at Larkin Sunset Gardens in Sandy, Utah. The peaceful cemetery is framed by the Wasatch Mountains, quiet and unsettling, just like the film. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. In the iconic bike chase scene, Elliot and friends turn from Edelston Drive onto Celtic Way. The neighborhood has grown, but the spirit of Spielberg's 1982 magic still lingers here. Fear. At Duwamish Head in Seattle, David and Nicole share a moment overlooking the bay. The bench and skyline remain, making it a quiet witness to a tense love story from fear. Body of evidence. Multnomah County Jail scenes were filmed at Portland's United States Custom House. Built in 1901, its Romanesque revival design remains striking, now repurposed but historically intact. Dr. Sleep. The Colorado gas station scene was actually filmed at 50 Morningside Drive, Covington, Georgia. The mountains were CGI, but the Pure Food Mart still serves up reality in small-town Georgia. Split. The Philadelphia Zoo hosted scenes from Split, with Dr. Fletcher meeting Dennis at Gate A. The dying lioness statue also appears, just as it did in 12 Monkeys 2 decades earlier. Dawn of the Dead, 1978. The helicopter refueling scene was filmed at Harold W. Brown Memorial Airfield in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Though small and quiet today, the airfield remains a cult horror landmark. The Goonies. The Fratelli's police chase near Ecola State Park ends at 1180 Pacific Drive in Cannon Beach. Today, the road and surrounding cliffs still evoke memories of the film's opening mayhem. Joyride. The Lone Star Motel in Wells, Nevada was as grim in real life as it looked on film. Though closed now, the exterior still stands, faded and eerie under the desert sun. Stand By Me. The film opens on Northern Drive in Brownsville, Oregon, where Gordy reflects on childhood. Though the cars and colors have changed, the quiet small-town feel holds steady. Friday the 13th, Part 3. On Spunky Canyon Road, Shelley and Vera's encounter with the bikers unfolded. Though the store is gone, the landscape retains its rural charm from Jason's 3D debut in 1982. The Boy Who Could Fly. Millie falls off the waterfall bridge at Queen Elizabeth Park in Vancouver. The lush 130-acre park still draws visitors near the Floral Conservatory, an iconic footbridge today. Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills City Hall played itself in Beverly Hills Cop, adding glamour and credibility. Nearly unchanged, its Spanish Renaissance style still dazzles in Axel Foley's world. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2003. The brutal slaughterhouse scenes were filmed at Taylor Meat Company, operating since 1947. Still functional today, the location's gritty facade remains chillingly recognizable. Breaking Bad. Daly's Road in Los Lunas was the tense setting where Tuco held Walt and Jesse hostage. The arid, open landscape still captures the gritty essence of early Breaking Bad chaos. The Girl Next Door. At 1504 Milan Avenue, the Kidman House still stands next to Danielle's. The quiet South Pasadena street appears almost frozen in time, from the days of wild high school mischief. Cat's Eye. Stephen King's Quitters, Inc. Scenes were filmed at 125 South 3rd Street in Wilmington, North Carolina. The former St. Stephen's School building still stands, stoic and slightly foreboding. Duel. Chuck's Cafe in Spielberg's Duel is now Le Chien French Cuisine in Santa Clarita. Though the food has changed, the rustic roadside charm is just as timeless as the film's tension. Slaughterhouse Rock. John Marshall High in Los Angeles provided the haunting backdrop for this supernatural slasher. Used in many films, its Gothic design still looms dramatically over the Silver Lake Hills. The Simpsons, 1989. Lisa's poetic food monologue from New Orleans reflects the city's soul. In real life, that very culinary magic still fills its streets, just as animated in The Simpsons. Young Guns. The dusty streets of Los Cerrillos, New Mexico, stood in for 1800s Lincoln, New Mexico. The rustic charm remains, and walking down First Street today feels like stepping back in time. Encino Man, 1992. Brendan Fraser's Pauly Shore flick was filmed in West Hills, California. The suburban backdrop and high school settings are still easily recognizable today. Cabin Fever. The Eerie cabin from Cabin Fever sits deep within Scout Valley Trail, North Carolina. Though time has passed, the setting remains remote and unsettling, echoing the film's intense isolation.